I shit you not, the man with the biggest balls I've ever seen. We had a ball off one time and he crushed me. Ladies and gentlemen, my good friend Pete Holmes.
I got a little drunk the other night. I knew I must have been a fun drunk because the next morning I got up and had a boatload of Facebook friend requests. I was like, I remember you! I threw up on you! It was really fun. I knew I was validated. Yeah, I'll tell you my favorite thing about Facebook is the status updates. Over MySpace is the status updates. You know what I'm talking about? Right now it says, Pete is at UCB! Ah! We have those friends that update their status like 8 times an hour. You know what I'm talking about? It'll be like, Ryan is eating Triscuits! 5 seconds later, Ryan's having another Triscuit! LOL! Ryan is taking a bath! Like, you shouldn't have the computer by open water, Ryan. It's dangerous. Sometimes they have too much info, too. I'm not making this up. I saw one that said, Dave is sad and not sure he's gonna make it through the night. That's real! The future is now! Someone put their cry for help on Facebook! I didn't know what to do. I poked him. I was like, come on! You're okay? You're a zombie now! You're a ninja! You're very liberal! He's probably dead. He's probably dead. Is there anything worse in the world than YouTube comments? Can we talk about that? Is there anything worse than fucking YouTube comments? Fucking YouTube! They're the worst. Whenever I feel right about the world, whenever I think the world is a nice place, just read some YouTube comments. It brings it all back down to base level, you know what I mean? The most racist, vile, mean, ignorant shit. And it's not some toothless yokel in a van. He doesn't have Wi-Fi. It's always like a 14-year-old girl, like, I'm Trixie, I live in San Fran. Like, why are you boiling with bubbling hate, Trixie? What's wrong? What happened to you? You shouldn't have a voice that reaches millions of people when you're that young and that stupid. There's a record of that. How is anyone ever going to run for president? Seriously, 50 years later, they're just going to be like, Senator O'Neill, who is O'Neilly 19? I don't recall. You don't recall? I don't recall. You don't recall watching a Korean freestyle rap video? And leaving the comment, LMAO, these Boreentals suck ass? You don't recall spelling ass with 2 Z's, sir? Get the hell out of my office! I do have, I had a problem recently with my balls, which I know, more. I wasn't going to tell this story, but I woke up and I felt like someone had kicked me in the balls, but no one had kicked me in the balls. And I know, it was like the first time I was like, I wish someone had kicked me in the balls! That would explain this mystery! But no one had, so I was like, maybe a ghost has whacked me in, like Napoleon. Still got it. Runs into the bushes. But I had to go to the doctor, and it's weird telling you about it. It's even weirder telling a doctor, taking notes. You never met him, and he's like, what's the problem? And I'm like, I'll lighten it up. It's my balls. And he was like, your testicles. And I was like, come on, we know what I mean. And I was like, I'll call them balls. And he was like, we shall call them testicles. Like, he said no. His rules, no. Testicles. Which is fine, I understand why he shouldn't. It would be weird if he's like, let's take a look at your beanbag. That would be unprofessional. But what happened was, I explained it to him. I was like, so I told him the ghost theory, no good. He's like, Napoleon, you say, in the bushes? Why would he hide? He's translucent. He didn't hide. So he says, yeah, be afraid, everything you do. This is why you should be afraid, everybody, all the men. It can just happen. It can just happen, that sensation of, ah! Can just happen. And this is what he says. This is what he says to get rid of it. He goes, first of all, it's helpful to ejaculate from time to time. And he leans in real close and goes, if you know what I mean. He used the most clinically specific term possible and thought he was being vague. He might as well have been like, get and maintain an erection, rub it with your hand-gina until you climax. If you read between the lines. Picking up what you're laying down, doctor, you're laying it on pretty thick. I'm not making this part up. The second thing he told me to do to get rid of the problem was, he says, avoid strenuous exercise. I'm not kidding. That was my diagnosis. Stop exercising. It's like, doc, if the cure to this is masturbating and not working out, how the hell did I get it? I've been living that regimen for years!